Whoa. Florida now in rescue mode after Idalia battered the Big Bend region of the state. And now tropical storm made landfall this morning near Keaton Beach as a Category 3 hurricane. Idalia has been linked to at least 2 deaths so far.
Right now, more than 400,000 people are without power in the southeast. The storm surge is setting records for the water levels in places like Tampa Bay. Idalia is the strongest storm to make landfall in Florida's Big Bend region in the past 125 years.
Holy, that car's flying!
A wild scene caught on camera in the Low Country. A car on the road lifted up and spun in midair as Idalia made its way into the state. This happened on Highway 52 in Goose Creek. We're told 2 people were hurt but are expected to be okay.
Idalia was downgraded to a tropical storm before making its way to South Carolina. Video here out of Cherry Grove, Charleston, and Edisto Beach. The storm still making its way through the state tonight before it is expected to head out to sea.
We have team coverage from the coast of North Carolina and South Carolina, as well as parts of Florida, including a live report from Rashad Williams coming up. He is in Charleston, and that is coming up in just a few minutes.
And in the upstate, rainy evening as the outer bands made their way to our area.
Chief Meteorologist Chris Justice joining us. Chris, what a busy day you have had. Where is this storm now?
It's over the Grand Strand right now. Myrtle Beach getting some of the stronger winds, but the good news with Myrtle Beach compared to Charleston, you can see the palm trees swaying in the wind right here near the main strip right there. We've got the waves that are going to try to come back in, but it's low tide or approaching low tide. So at least we're not seeing the Charleston combination where we're at high tide and getting the onshore winds. But yeah, the worst of this just offshore of Myrtle Beach right now. The worst of the wind, some 10-20 miles out to sea, because the actual eye is going just east of Myrtle Beach versus Charleston, where they were on the worst side of it. Charleston Harbor also breaking some history tonight. We've got near record highs. Idalia reached 9.23 there at the Battery. It's only been done 4 other times that high. Matthew 9.2, Irma 9.9, the hurricane of 1940 just over 10 feet. And then Hugo brought 12.5 feet of water levels there in Charleston. So incredible. Just this was the top 5 water levels we've ever had there with this storm bringing that water right in there. Yeah, the strongest of the winds right now over Myrtle Beach, and the storm is still a tropical storm. Sustained winds at 60 miles per hour as the system itself is moving away from Charleston toward Myrtle Beach tonight. But like I mentioned, Myrtle Beach is going to be on the left side of the track. We'll have much more on our Labor Day weekend, the clearing conditions and the way temperatures go in just a minute, but I want to send things out to Rashad Williams. He's been in Charleston all day. He joins us live tonight. Rashad, how you looking tonight?
Well, Chris, you mentioned the Battery, so now I want to take you on a little story time. We'll do a little walk and talk. We have been out here all day. We've been here since 8 a.m. We have seen a lot. We have experienced a lot. And I think the perfect way to wrap this up is to tell you about what we've experienced just within the last 2 to 3 hours. This entire area around me, I'll get Lauren to show you. We can see it now, we can walk through it, but this was completely covered in water up until about an hour ago. So you're asking me what happened, I'll gladly answer that. This live local breaking news truck, we got stuck in the water because the pumps that are out on the streets, there are 3 pumps. 2 of them stopped working. The pumps are utilized to move the water back out into the ocean. If the pumps don't work, that means the water has nowhere to go. So we were stuck. We pulled up on a speed table to try to get some elevation. We were hoping and praying that the water would recede. All of a sudden, the pumps came back on. The water started to recede, and now we have a way out of here. We thought we were going to be sleeping in this thing tonight, but my point is, it's always great when the city has a plan in place, because it turned out to be extremely helpful that these pumps were here and ready to go. Even though they stopped working for a while, when they came back on, it really made the difference. So I believe the tide has turned and we are experiencing the calm after the storm, because the wind has ceased, the ocean is calm, and this is a completely different scene than what we were seeing, again, just an hour ago. So now we're going to go ahead and send it out to Kara Peters. She's with our sister station in Wilmington, and she has the latest from the North Carolina coast.
as you can see, the wind and rain has certainly began to pick up. You can probably already see just the areas of flooding here behind me. We have been around Wrightsville Beach, where we've also seen a lot of heavy flooding. And this is what emergency officials in New Hanover County were warning about. They said that they really had their eye on tonight into tomorrow morning. So they remind those that are residents or vacationers to take your time as you're coming in and out, especially as we gear up for this Labor Day weekend.
All right, Kara, thank you very much. Idalia unleashing fury on Florida today. The heavy rains causing inland waters to overflow, triggering widespread flooding.
Gloria Pazmino is in Crystal River, Florida, with the details on that damage.
We are in Crystal River, and as you can see here, flooding is still very much a factor. However, this is actually an improvement from where we were several hours ago. These waters have started to recede. In that direction is the Gulf of Mexico and the river, and those two have come together, bringing in a lot of this water inland. City Hall here in Crystal River had 8 feet of water when the storm surge came rushing in. Hurricane Idalia pummeled Florida's Gulf Coast, bringing winds of up to 125 miles per hour. The gusts strong enough to topple trees by this house in Perry, Florida.
No! We're seeing a lot of wind damage.
The powerful Category 3 hurricane making landfall Wednesday and unleashing heavy rains and triggering record-breaking storm surge. Streets along the coast swallowed by water.
This is the rest of town. It's water for as far as you can see.
Hundreds of thousands of homes are without power in Georgia and Florida, and the widespread flooding forcing major highways like US 19 in Citrus County to close.
This road is shut down in major portions of my county right now due to the storm surge that we're seeing.
Several thousand homes along the coast in Pasco County now underwater.
We have water at least 18 inches or higher that have gone into these homes.
In Crystal River, Gloria Pazmino, back to you.
And I directed the FEMA to redeploy resources, including up to 1,500 personnel and 900 Coast Guard personnel throughout the Southeast.
President Joe Biden is vowing the federal government will assist with cleanup from Idalia. This afternoon, the president noted he had already approved an early request from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis for an emergency declaration in the state. He also spoke with the governors of Georgia and the Carolinas, telling each of them he would mobilize support in the states if needed. The FEMA director will travel to Florida, where she'll meet with Governor DeSantis tomorrow.